The Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSSports.com.
And the Coaches Show today brought to you by Rick's Barbecue, serving up the best smoked barbecue, ribs, and many local favorites on Warrior Drive. You know they got wings now, Dalton. They're really good. Locally operated by Anne-Marie Brentz and the Lanning family. John Dinkins back with you here, and we have on board with us Adam Jones, the head coach of the Stewarts Creek Redhawks. Coach, how are you?
Good. How are y'all doing this morning?
Doing great. And we had an opportunity to see your guys play the other night against Gallatin, and right now – you're one of the hotter teams in our district, and it's been amazing to watch. And I was really impressed with your guys, the way they play together.
Yeah, we're starting to come together a little bit and starting to hit our stride. Now we've gotten, I don't know if you want to call it fortune or whatever, but we played well against Gallatin, but they were missing one of their better players. We turned around and played Oakland. The kids did a great job on their leading scorer. Executed the game plan, but they're a little shorthanded too. And then we played last night, Grundy County, and their best player didn't play. So, but our kids are still competing, and we're coming out and we're winning games. But we've had some fortune a little bit with not the best players playing for the other team right now. But we got Brentwood today at 4, so that'll probably change, and we'll go fire a shot.
Looking at them today, and I'm going to attribute some of that to you, Coach. They really seem to be focused and listening to what you're saying to them. I mean, it's and it's hard to control a group of high school kids, but they really look like they are buying in to what you're throwing out there at them.
Yes, they definitely are, and that's a credit to them. I mean, this is obviously my first year, but this is such an easy group to coach because we got so many coaches on the floor as well. But they do listen, they buy in, and we get to work, and they get it done. I've been with most of them since their freshman year, so there's familiarity there. But, yeah, I agree. But it's a credit to them that they buy in and they're ready to play and put a game plan together and go execute it.
And it helped you, I guess, to have that familiarity with them when you started this first season with them, to know those guys, and they know you.
100%, and obviously as an assistant, you keep it a little bit more lighthearted with the kids, but it was an easy, transformation into the head coach role. We still keep it lighthearted. We have fun, but they know when it's time to get down to business and work really hard, and they've done a good job with that so far. Now, hopefully we can continue, which I think we will.
Well, Des Carpenter and Sean Goggins are sure have I know he was in foul trouble a little bit in the Gallatin game, but, boy, they are playing really well right now.
They really are, and that's one of the parts of us coming together. Sean missed the first 4 games, just with a crazy accident, cut his finger taking the trash out, doing the chores, so he was out. We could have been a little bit more competitive in those with him, but him coming along and just being a sophomore and giving us what he has been incredible, and Des has been unbelievable too. Not being able to play last year as a junior, and he was ready to go from the tip game 1. So they've really helped us get to where we need to be and where we're going.
You've got a floor general out there, and help me with the name because I've gone blank. But
Micah?
Yes.
Yeah. Looks like he's 40 years old.
Yes, I know. It's funny, Coach. I mentioned that in the play-by-play game. I said, how long has he been at Stewarts Creek? I said, I think he's about 30. But but boy, he is. He just has this way to solidify everything. And I noticed when you took him out, I think he may have been in a little bit of foul trouble.
Yeah,
they made a surge. He came back in, immediately calmed the waters again.
Yeah, and that's his specialty. He hears it almost every day. You're still at Stewarts Creek. He's one of those. Think you're 7th-year senior, but he is. He's our glue that kind of settles us down, that kind of runs the show. He's not going to go get you 15 or 20 every night. Now he might. He's capable, but he's going to fill the stat sheet and he's going to run the floor. He's one of the bigger coaches that we have on the floor. And most time I can just tell him stuff. I sit back, clap, cheer, and tell him good job.
And what amazes me about him is his rebounding ability. I mean, if the ball goes up off the rim, he's somewhere around the ball when he comes off for some reason.
Absolutely. And it's his second year. He was our leading rebounder last year.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, leading us in rebound this year. And it's just pure effort, I mean, we're trying to get the other kids bought in, nothing against Micah, but he probably has the least highest vertical on the team,
Yeah.
But he goes in there, competes, and he pulls boards, and when he gets his hands on it, it's his. Now, we got to get some of our other kids to do the same thing, and we could be pretty good.
And I think if you tell him to shave his beard, he might look younger. I'm not sure, but
yeah, that or the hair. But that's Micah. He would look really weird with no facial hair.
I
no
would
fucking
think,
hair.
yeah, because he's had that since he was a freshman. Actually,
100%.
Yeah,
he has.
I want to talk about Nelson a little bit too. He's
Mm-hmm.
been a big contributor and scored 16 the other night. And tell us a little bit about him.
He's been a really good player. He didn't really play much the last couple years. We've kind of talked to him and try to, get him involved with basketball because, man, when he goes, he is a really, really good player. Sneaky, athletic, quick, and with these older guys around him, he's buying in too. When he buys in, he's a real big problem. And his brother is on the bench. He broke his wrist. He was playing really well for us before he went down, but he should be back hopefully by district play. But yeah, I mean, Cam's doing a great job before he got injured, and London's buying in and helping us out a ton.
Cam, that's a familiar name from years past too. He's a good player.
Yeah, he is.
As you start, you're getting closer to district time. I know you've got some more games. Tell us. I know you're playing tonight, right?
Yeah, 4:00. We got Brentwood. We got kind of a tough slate coming up, and we're giving them 4 days off for Christmas. We'll come back 26th and practice. Because next Friday, Saturday, 27th, 28th, we have Centennial and then Upperman. And then after that, I don't know if it's Warren County first, then Blackman, or maybe vice versa, but we got Blackman coming up, Green Hill coming up, Warren County again before we start district play. So we got a tough little schedule.
Yeah, that's kind of murderous row right there, to tell you the truth. And when you get back from Christmas, you kind of jump right into it after Christmas too, don't you? I mean, with that slate of games.
Yeah, we do, and that's why, everyone tries to come back the day after Christmas and get a practice in because, most have been laying around, stuff in their face, opening presents, all that sort of stuff. So we just kind of get moving a little bit. And then those post-Christmas little tournaments are kind of just, let's go fire a shot, let's get back in shape, let's get to where we were before Christmas started.
And hopefully, when district comes, that's going to be good to get another player back as well. It's a tough district. It's like 3 seasons. You've got the preseason, and then before Christmas, then you got the regular season, then another whole new season when tournament play starts.
Yeah, it is, and that's why teams like doing these little Christmas deals. There's still games. We still want to win. We want to compete, but it's got kind of more of the lighthearted vibe to it,
right?
Because you're playing back-to-back games. I would love to play Brentwood and practice for 3 straight days to prepare for them. It's tough to play last night and then go fire a shot against Brentwood because they're so tough to guard. But it's just kind of more lighthearted and takes that pressure away. And then once you get done with that, now we're back into the more, okay, we got to dial in, we got to execute game plan, and we got to go play and beat these teams.
Is it also a good time, Coach, to play people to kind of look at your depth and see who could contribute, maybe off the bench, that maybe wouldn't get as many minutes as they do in these games? You just kind of watch and see maybe somebody that contribute down the road.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a kid right now we've been trying to kind of plug in, see what he can do for us. He was a football player, wanted to play basketball, and I said, yeah, come on, and we'll see how it goes. And he's done a good job for us, plug it in, and I think he should help us in district. We'll get some of the other guys in there because, like I said, Cam is out. One of our other little guards, Jalen Stagal's kind of got an Achilles problem, so he's probably out till after Christmas. Jerry Taylor's out right now. So we're a little short-handed right now, but come after Christmas, we should get everybody back. But like you said, yeah, you get to plug in some kids and see what they can do.
And 4 days off at Christmas, that's time to heal some wounds, too, that you maybe have a little bit of walking wounded, too, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's time to rest, and that's what the practice after Christmas Day is for, is just get running and see where we are, conditioning-wise.
Last question I want to ask you before we go. I know being a head coaching gig, you mentioned a little bit about it. It's a little different being the assistant coach than being the head coach, but how different is it, or is it that much?
I've been around the game for so long. It's people always say it's just moving one seat over, which in theory it is. But It's a little bit more different with just in-game adjustments, and being the one to make the calls, although I've got good assistants to back me up and make sure I'm making the right call. But that's kind of been the biggest learning curve is just in-game adjustments and, how do we do this? How do we fix that on the fly?
Well, Coach, it's been great talking to you, and we'll be talking to you again in a couple of weeks. But, man, this little run you're on, hope it continues tonight.
Yeah, me too. I really appreciate it. Thank you all. Have a Merry Christmas.
That's Adam Jones, the head coach of the Stewarts Creek Redhawks. When we return, we'll be wrapping things up with my session, anyway, with the Rockville Rockets. This portion of the show has been brought to you by the Murfreesboro Special Census. Counting everyone means more state dollars to improve roads, parks, and services. Fill out the fast, easy, and secure form at murfreesborocensus.com. Back in a minute.
We're talking with Anne-Marie Brents at Rick's Barbecue, carrying on the Lanning family tradition.
I'm passionate about it, and I have a lot of my dad in me, so I know that I have the same energy and mindset that he does.
It's the best barbecue you'll eat, the smoked chicken out of this world, and those loaded baked potatoes.
That's the biggest potato you can get. They're right at 2 pounds. People ask us that all the time. They're like, where do y'all get those potatoes from?
A quick meal feeding the whole family.